Hi, and welcome to the Brohoyo podcast, the podcast about gotcha in general and Hoyoverse games in the specific. I'm your host, Steven, and this is my co host, David.
Hey everyone.
And this week we're doing something a little bit different. We're A, not doing it this week, we're going to be releasing this early, and B, we are trying out Wuthering Waves. So we're going to be giving this a shot. This is release day, so any bugs, issues, concerns, whatever, are all out of the box. This will be our first experience with it. Neither of us were in the CBT. I don't believe you were, David.
No, unfortunately, I did not get into the beta testing.
Yeah, so both of us are going into this somewhat blind, only informed as much as everyone else has been who has access to social media. With that said, Dave, are you?
I'm,
Unfortunately, we're also not sharing screens, so there's going to be a little bit of clawing around in the dark. Are you
so I
ready
mean,
to
I'm,
jump in?
I'm I'm excited to dive in. Yeah, right now, I mean, we're at the character select screen, so we're literally taking it from the beginning of the game. We're gonna all experience it together. Um, we'll try and coordinate our polling as well for the beginner polls and see if what 5-star we can start off with. Yeah, the only research I've done, I've seen maybe a video or two in terms of starting beginner guide tier lists, but I mean, they are just that. Since the game hasn't really launched, there wasn't necessarily any balancing testing that was done on live because maybe there were some last minute tweaks. But I think without further ado, Steve, I'm ready to start selecting my character and get in.
All right. So I'm currently sitting on the choose your girlfriend and
All
or
right.
wife, your waifu or husbando traveler person. I'm going with my usual waifu.
Yeah, I'm gonna be selecting the female character as well. Or my rover will be female character. So yeah, here we go.
All right. I'm loading in now, 100%. Are they dropping us into story or?
Is it gonna be like straight into cutscenes? I mean, it was already loading up the client. Was boom, here's music. You can't adjust the volume, but
Yeah.
that's typical of any gotcha game, it seems.
God forbid they give you options. And it's cutscene. I guess as I am talking over stuff, just to let you guys know, we will talk over cutscenes and so forth. Part of that is we are uncertain into how litigious Kuro will be about certain stuff, um, and don't want to get hit too hard. Um, Also, there's nothing going on right now. Just
Well, there's things
a
going on right now. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you feel this
well,
chemistry?
I mean, other than the pap smear, is it a pap smear?
Oh, okay.
I
Has
you
a
can tell
hand into the chest.
yeah. Pap smear. I think that's the one.
I don't believe a pap smear is the chest.
It's okay. Which that's the other one then. God, I'm trying to come up with a term for it. As you all can tell, I am single in my life. I am unmarried. So, ladies,
Yeah, pap smear is down south.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's what was it? Mammogram? No, mammogram, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You were
mammogram.
trying to communicate a mammogram, I think.
Yes, that was what I was trying to
you
communicate. I was
you
going the
missed.
exact opposite. Unless biology might be weird on these people. Who knows? Who knows about future biology?
I'm really vibing like the vibrant colors right now in
Ooh,
these
that's a neat
cutscenes.
visual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, like underwater stuff or water in general in cutscenes when done well just looks really cool to me. It's
Look, I was ruined by Kingdom Hearts. Has one of the best openers.
I think one of the big like the most surprising openings, I forget which first person shooter it was, but it was like as soon as you load into the game, boom, D-Day. Like there was no load screen, there's no start game. It was like as soon as you put the disc in, boom, you were storming the beaches in Normandy. And I forget which first person shooter it was. It was at least a decade ago.
I thought that was one of the Call of Duties.
It might have been, I just forget which
Yeah.
one, but that was that was a hell of an intro. Just
Yeah,
throwing you in, no tutorial, nothing, no change your settings, nothing. Just game and D-Day of all things, which obviously being the real life event, usually do that pretty big.
Also, just for context, I will be just autoing through conversations instead of clicking through. I've gotten too used to doing that for the Hoyoverse recordings, so
All right. Right
that's
off the
how I'll be
bat,
handling it.
I appreciate that there is a button for the responses, the illusion of choice responses, non-responses, the pressing F. We
Mm-hmm.
still don't have that in Genshin, but they have it in Star Rail. So
Yeah.
that's I appreciate being able to shortcut like that.
Yeah, I usually again from recording the Hoyoverse stuff or the Brohoyo recordings. I've gotten used to clicking this way people can actually see when there's no like sound, like what my options were or what I chose. So
We arrow up and down when there's multiple illusions of choice instead of just one choice. And then F. And then we're the rover. We're not the traveler, we're the rover. Okay. Oh, there's a typo. After Effects, no space in there. Get on it, Kuro.
yeah, you'd think they'd be better with their.
I will gladly do technical writing for your game.
Although I do find it funny that they still have the translations above like certain words, where it's like, oh, here's the alternate meaning of this.
I like the multicolor, the protagonist, the multicolor, the black with the white
Mm-hmm.
undertones. I'm a fan of not monotone hair, and this girl in the blue here, I like similar hair, multi-toned. Again, I also like the blue color, so
Yeah, that's
yeah,
one of the anime tropes that I'm more okay with.
yeah, fair.
Like, I'd rather have something like what we see here than like the rainbow hair, if that makes sense. Like,
Yes.
you know, okay. And now the real question: does mouse and keyboard play okay? Oh, I'm hitting
You
hit
might be
before.
slightly ahead of me on the cutscene, perhaps, but that's all right.
Yeah. Well, I'm also getting some lag, so
Uh-oh.
I know their servers are being hit.
Oh,
So,
I'm sure. Here we go. Chapter 1, Act 1. Utterance of Marvels.
ooh, that's
All
not.
right. Okay.
Okay,
All
I'm
right.
gonna I'm gonna
Just
need
like
to do
Genshin's
something.
taught me, go pick up everything.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna try and see if I can help cut down on the lag by closing some extra stuff that I had open,
All
just
right.
to maybe try and.
Okay, press space. All right. Let's see here. Let us take the opportunity. Can I go into settings? Graphics quality now. Let's turn this up a little bit. See what we can do here. I want graphics to be great, you know. Vertical view, horizontal view sensitivity. We'll probably crank that up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm actually gonna do something similar. Only I think I'm actually gonna
I'm,
downgrade the.
well, I change these sensitivity settings. Am I the only one that like is not cool with just like swiping it to a certain number? Like it's got to be a multiple of 5. Like I can't have 77 as a sensitivity. It's got to be a multiple of 5. I wonder if am I the only one that feels that way?
I mean, you're not. For myself, I that doesn't quite bother me too much, but you know. Okay, I'm gonna go to just medium and hope that maybe that'll help.
Hold W and oh, okay, okay.
Also, they don't have borderless windowed mode, which is very annoying because I
Oh,
prefer
comment. Here we go.
that. But
Press E. Okay, that seems very
okay.
similar.
Oh, hold to do a heavy.
And hold for the heavy attack. We know that. Okay.
Okay. Oh, hey.
All right. Reason we choose the female protagonist right there. Okay. Because the camera shots like that. All right. Ooh, cool dragon.
What's wrong?
Okay, that thing looks
Are you
awesome.
injured from
Yeah.
the fight?
Although I do like the other characters just looking at like, why are you passed out? Like,
You saw our sentinel in your memories? Yes, the one we built this statue for. The Oracle Engine Sentinel in Zhenzhou. There is one capital and 6 cities in Huanglong, with each city having its own sentinel.
okay, so we're gonna end up with all of these
While they share
sentinels.
some similarities in appearance, there are also differences. The sentinel in Zhenzhou is known as Jue, manifesting in the form of a long, like the statue you just saw.
Okay, I will say some of those pronunciations felt a little bit forced. Okay. Quick question for you, dude. Do you have to examine like everything in a tree before you continue, or are you like me and willing to just move on?
In a game like this, I'm going to be willing to move on because it doesn't actually give you bonus anything. 'Cause, if there's a game where exploring the dialogue tree unlocks options and such,
Mhm.
I'm going to explore it, but I don't believe this to be one of those games.
Yeah.
You stood pretty close. Only the sentinel's appointed resonators
I did accidentally go down one branch of a tree just now because I didn't realize it was a branching option like that, but we're back on track now.
All right.
Oh, an elite class? Oh boy.
That must be an elite class.
Hmm.
Chuzia might be in
Right.
danger. Rover, please.
I like the little.
Oh no, not an elite.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that was pretty cool.
what? Hello.
Oh,
Rover, watch out!
Oh, okay.
Serenade!
oh, there. Okay.
Disperse.
Okay.
Then had a little perfect dodge there. Oh, I didn't perfect dodge that one.
Let me be your blade.
If there's one thing in like action games, it's like I am not good at the perfect dodge type stuff.
I'm usually okay at it. Now, admittedly, part of this is that they haven't like all the mechanics haven't been released yet.
Right. Oh,
Like they've got your one hand tied behind your back.
Moment of resonance.
press H to view tutorials. Okay.
Let me be your blade. Tempest.
I also am not a fan of them pausing in the middle of a combat to try and teach you stuff when it's like, look, I've got a flow going.
Ooh, a basic chest.
Yeah.
Something you
Oh,
need.
baby, give me those equivalent to primo gems, whatever they're going to be called in this game.
Aetherite, I think, something like that.
Speeding up.
The wall running is cool. I appreciate that we can wall run up something. That's going to save so much time.
Oh, haha, not a basic chest. It is a standard chest. We're moving up in the world. Oh, it's asterite.
Chance to help, and Yang Yang just see. There's a resonance beacon over there.
Okay, that looks kind of cool.
When you see a beacon,
No
be sure to
gliders.
register and
I'm
activate it.
climbing and
It's
testing
usually
for fall
safe
damage.
When you
Okay.
see a beacon,
Not exactly.
when you see a beacon, be sure to register
What's
and
that?
activate it. It's usually safe within a 5-meter radius of a beacon. It can protect you from danger sometimes.
Yeah, it does not appear to
Could he hand
be
me
fall
the
damage, or at
terminal
least from the height I'm testing from.
Done. Its design and system version are. We're almost at the gorge's entrance. There will be a descent, but if your terminal's glider module still works, it will make things easier. Once you're out of the gorge, there's only a short walk
Yeah.
to reach Jinzhou.
walked a little bit further, I think you'd have gotten your glider because I think I'm just getting
Jinzhou is
mine.
the safest place around
Oh,
here.
oh look,
The
it's what I
residents
assume is
trust
going to
us
be
to
a
provide
fast travel
coverage for the
portal.
whole city.
Huh?
Besides, we've got a protective barrier and strong fortifications.
Right,
Maybe
okay,
it's not
and
as big as
here's
some other
some
cities,
what I imagine
but
would be
Jinzhou is
ore,
always the
aka
best place in my
lore
heart.
amber.
Yeah.
Jinzhou
Okay,
sits between the Desert
I
Highland
mean
and the
it's
Wolf
completely different. It's
Mountains.
definitely different. It's
It's
not
a
remotely the
fortified
same
fortress.
stuff.
It's very crucial
I
to
mean,
the safety
look.
of Huanglong.
It is it's a darker, slightly darker aesthetic in terms of the color schemes.
Yeah, I want to say it's more muted, I guess would be the.
Yeah, that'd be a better way of phrasing it. And haven't really gotten a good flow of combat yet, but the incorporation of the perfect dodges and such, I'm sure will play a part in some kits, or at least allow for some flexibility for that in kits.
I'm going to be honest, the switching abilities, the outro
Tacit
abilities,
field?
I think
Hmm.
is going to be big because it's going to. Again, we're very, very early in it. We've only done the tutorial.
It wasn't here when we
But I
just
feel
got
like that's
here.
an extra
I didn't
little
sense a hint of a
widget for
tacit
them to
field's
play with that
presence.
could be really interesting.
So it appeared while
I think
we weren't
Chidori
looking?
was what's her name
In the
in
blink of an
Genshin
eye?
has something similar where her
Or
skill
maybe
lets you
other
switch as
Exceed
part of
Oh,
it.
control?
Chiori, yeah, the
Yeah,
one of the
Chiori.
Could it be
revive
following
characters,
us?
the fashionista.
Fear of the
Yeah, the
tacit
fashionista.
field.
She has something similar, and I think that is interesting. Could
Isn't
definitely
that
be
Baija?
something I'd like to see potentially more of. Although,
We're
not
too
to get too
far
deep into
away.
Genshin in the middle of playing
Perhaps you
Wuthering
can't hear us.
Waves.
Well, I mean, there's going to be obvious comparisons that
Four
are
tacit
made,
fields
so
after one period.
I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
This time,
I'm not at
it's
a
one
point where I'm
tacit
saying one
field.
is definitively better than the other type thing. It's just I'm trying to remember Genshin when I first stepped into the world and played it
My
versus what we're
apologies. I
experiencing
should have
now.
said it is
And then
temporarily
obviously
safe.
naturally there's going to be
The
parts of us that are
term
comparing
tacit field
Genshin
carries
now
most
to
of the
this
formation
now.
yeah,
time. Generally,
yeah.
the
Because it's
shorter
not.
the formation time,
They're
the
not
longer the
competing
dormant
in
period.
2020. They're competing in
However, with a
2024.
longer dormant
Right.
period, the tacit discords born within are
And I
usually
think there's going to be
stronger.
some distinct things that has Wuthering
The
Waves
faster a tacit
that
field
independently is
forms,
doing things on
the
their own, like
quicker
the
it's
outro
going to heal
skills. Their party is
wounds.
only going to be three
For
people,
now, this tacit
stuff
field
like
should
that.
be safe.
So it's there will be those differences, but obviously for again obvious reasons there will be comparisons on the
We
similars.
could have
Yeah.
set the bait then.
So I
I'm
did see
also.
in the dev notes that Genshin's going to be increasing their resin finally to 200 cap. So
Some tacit
Yeah,
discords
that
can
was
parrot human
one
speech
of
and
the things I'd
behavior,
heard.
namely the whisperins.
I was like, it's about
I
time.
doubt whether
Well,
they can
the problem
imitate
is
a
unless they
real
increase the
person to
rate,
this
it kind of
extent, though.
is a bit moot. Like it's not necessarily that
I
great
think
of a savings, but it is nice. Like it means that you're
The
less likely
glider
to
can't carry
cap
us
out on
beyond the
accident.
tacit field's range. Besides,
well, I think with 200, I don't have the exact math in front of me, and I
Sage is
don't.
going up.
Yeah.
Now it's time to use the glider
But
module.
I think with 200, you can literally go like I think because like when I go 24 hours without playing, I'm full. I think with 200, you might not exactly go full with 200 potentially.
Yeah, well, I mean, because I think you get 210 resin over 24 hours, if I remember
Okay.
correctly.
We're in a dormant tacit field, right? Why did you come here by yourself?
So, buffing it to 200 means that you really only have to play once a day. You get
You know,
the
we...
majority of what it
Move.
is.
Okay, I just got my glider. Okay. Glider's more of like a hawk looking
You're all
thing
right, it seems.
than an actual glider.
Yeah,
Ooh,
she was super
cutscene.
energetic.
Something's
And
going on with our.
super big TD. Way more spirited than me.
I've been keeping an eye on her condition through the
Introduced the Echo idea, if not the mechanic itself.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a mind reading gathering.
It isn't.
No, it is. Stop lying, Yang Yang.
Baija is just concerned about your condition. She must think we shouldn't be letting you move around that much, since you've just regained consciousness.
I do what I want.
Are you alright?
medium-sized pupils and a steady breathing rhythm. This isn't the place for talking. Let's go.
I am curious if they'll let you be as much of a troll as Honkai lets you be.
Yeah, Honkai does have some fun with some of their dialogue options.
Yeah. Like they know what. And again, I have to give credit to the translation team, even though I know that in other episodes I've been a little bit harsh on them. The way that they work in responses and memes and so forth has been chef's kiss.
Yes. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think I'm slightly behind you in the story, but that's all right. Oh, hello. That thing was right against our face.
Oh, okay, so they can do 2 in a row. Good to know.
Speeding up.
Don't you teleport away from me? There we go.
It's the tacit discord's ability. Be careful.
One more time.
I mean, I messed that up. There we go.
I think I.
Oh, you can choose to lock the camera. Okay, that's interesting. Stop pushing me away. I like to go in and do things. Yeah, as a Zhongli player, this is gonna be a transition for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the window. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm used to not having to worry about dodging things, so this will be a transition for me.
Okay, so they have the circle. I need to pay attention to that.
When the weakness counter. Okay.
Shape the shapeless.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you have to do it DDR or
Yeah, they
right,
have the.
right when the rhythm game style.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that do?
Oh, I just put it to the ground. That was
Swift and
interesting.
resolute.
Oh, that looks awesome. There we go. Okay. There we go.
Speeding up.
Don't worry.
Okay. Felt like some of those I was able to pull off. Others of them were just.
Okay. Combat is definitely more actiony. I feel than Genshin, and again, this may be because as a Zhongli player, it's pretty brain dead. I don't have to worry about staggering or anything. But I don't know. I like the incorporation and that there's a visual representation for the counterattacks, and then you can either choose to counterattack or you can choose to do the perfect dodge. It's probably more risk reward for the counterattacks, I would imagine.
I think you can do a perfect dodge and then counter.
But
As
that
well.
is my that was my initial take on a very small tutorial battle.
Yeah. I don't know. It seemed okay. I am kind of concerned that at how fast some of that is. I'm really like we're playing on the PC client. I'm real curious as how trying to play this on a phone would feel.
Oh,
And
I can't even imagine. But there are people that play PGR on a phone and play Genshin on the phone, and yeah, I could never do an action RPG on my phone. I couldn't imagine it. Plus, for
Yeah.
something with like this type of production value, I feel like you'd want to have it on a PC so you get the grand scale of the world or the music or whatever have you.
An echo of the elite
Yeah, I just
class.
especially when
Someone
like
got
you're on
lucky that
vacation and so forth,
My
Hmm.
apologies.
and you don't have access
I
to your
got a
PC,
little
being able to
carried
pull out your
away.
phone and kind of
Does
finish stuff off
reverberation or
is,
echo ring a bell to you,
I don't know.
Raven?
I wouldn't say it's important to me, but it's nice to have. It always feels bad to like
Everything in our world
be
is made up of frequencies,
out
and
doing
every
something in
sound
your
generates
life
a
and
reverberation.
have in the back of your mind you're kind of sitting there going like, yeah,
Those
but
echoes
I've
are the
basically
lingering
thrown
reverberations of tacit
X number of
discords
days
after
of
they
progress onto the
disintegrate.
fire
We can
in
absorb
order to
them
do
into
it.
the
Like,
day
not as big a
events in
deal
the
when you're a
Pangu
year in, but
terminals.
when the game's still fairly new and
Oh, by
fresh.
Pangu Terminal, she means
Like,
the
oh, I
board-shaped
missed a
device
day of
at the
dailies
resin
and
warehouse.
resin burning.
All my
That's X number
researchers
of primo
involved.
gems. Oh
I just,
no.
it's not
Well,
always
like
easy
I
to
took a
find these.
vacation very
Also,
shortly
there's a
after
limit to
Honkai
what your
came out,
board can
and
absorb.
I'm not gonna
Absorption
lie,
is
being able to
only
play on my
possible when
phone
your data
when
bank's
it's only been
level
out
is
for
Mhm.
a
equal
month
to
is
or higher than
really
the
nice.
tacit
Like,
discord's
you know,
level. The terminal can then
I
confirm its
may, speaking of that, I may
reverberations
put
with
Star Rail back on my
representations of
phone because it is more
bells.
phone friendly to play.
One
Because I
terminal
freed up some
features a
space
warning
because
when
this week
detected by
I
tacit
deleted Blue
discord
Archive.
reading. Each
I guess
phase
I'm
is
going
delivered
through a
in
game a week
class.
and saying no.
Would you mind
Um,
checking your
and
data
the
bank
reasoning
folder?
for the Blue Archive cancel out deletion.
Clever. Why don't you just
So
try absorbing
I mean, the
every
game's been out for a
discord?
very long time, and I've been saving up gems to do polls for over a month. Like I had something, and the way it works there is
Oh,
you
so
pull
it
200
doesn't
times, and then you
work.
can essentially buy one of the banner units.
mm-hmm.
So I did 200 polls, and I pulled
Nice.
two
You can start with
equivalent of
smaller
SSRs,
ones before
which comes out to a
getting as high as
1%
there.
average. Right? So 200
Ouch.
polls,
There
two
should be some
SSRs. Not
sweet
only
new
that, they were
worship
both off
gems
banner.
here.
They were not the banner unit I
Let's
was
go
going
check
for.
those out, shall we?
Mm.
And then I ended up, buying the character I was going for. But that's so disheartening to be
Yeah.
literally be
Turtle
saving
came
for
usual phenomena
over a
show to the
month
City Hall
plus, because I
language.
think it'd even been longer
Words
than
of
that if I think
bells.
about it, and then to miss on two of them, and I'm pretty sure the rates in that game are not 1%. I think they're
Mm.
closer to 3 or maybe more for all of the higher rarity ones, and so a little disheartening. The game progress itself was kind of slow, in my opinion. Um, so as cute as some of it is, and as unique as the gameplay is, and refreshing in the sense of, I know chibis aren't for everyone, but it's not a turn-based battler.
Yeah.
Um,
What?
yeah, I finally decided to let it go.
Is
I may check back in
this
on it in the future, like if they do some event or some
crazy
welcome back or
world?
anniversary type thing. But for the time being, it is off of my phone.
Okay.
I've never seen a resonance ability quite like this.
Well,
You got
we
any
are
other tricks up
30
your
minutes
sleeve?
in,
Like
roughly,
even a
and
whole tacit discord?
still in the
Great
tutorial.
echoes alive.
Oh boy.
What? How long did? Well, the Genshin tutorial lasted for a while, didn't it? Trying to think
It,
back, like
yeah, I don't know. There's a part of me that's
Indeed.
always left kind
So
of
know
like,
what a tacit discord
admittedly, we're
tastes
not
like?
using the skip option.
Spicy? Sweet?
So, like, if we
Robo,
were
are you
true.
skipping,
feeling alright?
but
Any
still.
discomfort? Could it be the side effect of fighting that tacit discord?
And I guess
Gaijin,
there maybe is a skip
take a
feature
moment
here,
and
so
check
just
the
At
another
least up
little
in
Brohoyo
the.
Academy's resonance
I'm not
top
willing to
ability
left.
click the
department.
button.
I'm not either. It has an X over it though.
Yeah. So maybe it's
But
like
then
if.
again, so does the top right, which I think is just the UI, hide the UI thing.
Yeah.
Baiji?
Absorbing echoes with the human body is not
But
entirely
but the
unprecedented.
Genshin tutorial lasted
The
a little bit
human
as well.
body.
It
I mean, up until
did.
you got to Mondstadt, it was pretty
A
linear.
comprehensive mirror for
I don't know.
historians mentioned this
Again,
in the
things
Huanglong
that are on
section's
top of mind
opening.
from
A
playing through the
celestial
story
being
the
descended,
on the Brohoyo
commanding the
account and
Tiangun's
running
boundless
into stuff
power.
is,
Assuming mortal
I
form,
don't know, that
they
the hand
condense the
holiness of a lot of
primordial
gotcha
essence,
Hmm.
creating Pangu.
tutorials
Cleaving
really just
heaven
leaves
and
me kind of
earth
going like,
apart, they aligned the celestial
eh.
and terrestrial. Their radiance encompassed the
Not that
four
it's bad. We
corners.
probably should play,
Thus
pay
began
attention
the
to the story,
illustrious
but at the
annals
same
of
time,
what
it's
time
kind of,
slave rover. You seem quite mysterious too.
I
Whether
don't
it's
know.
true or not, that story happened a long time ago, when Jinzhou didn't even exist. Could
I
it
guess
be
as
that
a
Rover's
spoiler
like
for what should
the
be coming out Monday, so that would be,
great granny of us
a couple
all?
days after this
Let's
goes
not
live,
jump to
or
conclusions without
just
enough
releasing
data and
Thursday, so
proper
4 days after
analysis.
this goes live. probably going to do a small filler video for Memorial Day. And one of the things or the topic of that video I'm thinking is going to be me looping back to the story in Honkai and just kind of griping a little bit about it because I had to shotgun the entire thing in order to try and get the light cone for Robin. And
Nothing screams Memorial Day like old man yelling at clouds.
yeah. And I have lost patience for any cutscene that lasts longer than like 5 minutes. I'm not just not paying attention. It's more just frustration with how that run went. Because holy shit, I think I spent an hour at one point not even touching the controller or not touching the game. It was just playing cutscene after cutscene after cutscene.
Which that's pretty impressive considering sometimes it stops because of the illusion of choice options, right?
Yeah. Well, no, because again, we're kind of not talking about Wuthering Waves here, but at least in Honkai, if you're not playing as your character, if you're in the side character section, so if you're playing as Robin or whatever, you don't get dialogue options. It just plays out because you're not that character. You don't get to make choices for them. So I think that's also part of the reason why, and again, this will all be talked about Monday, but that's part of the reason why I think Adventurine's story annoyed me so much, is that it was really the first time that you're put in another character's shoes for an extended period of time, and you just don't get any options. Like every cutscene is non-interactive entirely. It's not even a press button to prove that you're a human. It's just here's 30 minutes of Adventurine talking, and you can't make a choice.
Okay, so introduce us here to this Jinsei character, hologram girl. Is where I'm at here. So I don't know where you are, but just kind of to sync up. You're a little ahead of me, I think, still.
Yeah, she's appeared. She's talking about the capital city at the moment.
Yeah. So we've been introduced to a couple of characters. I'm interested to see who the first male character we're going to be introduced to is. But as far as what we've been introduced to so far, right? Like I said, I like colors and the style of them all and personalities here. We'll see how they evolve.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got an interesting cast. Again, I like the costume design. I don't think I mentioned that, but I guess I will mention it now. I do like the costume design. Although I will say the group of 4 girls that we have right now, not including hologram girl, there's a lot of just like different black hair styles. Like 3 of these 4 are very, very similar.
Why do I get this feeling?
This person our magistrate was talking about
As Rover.
That's not going to make any sense to David, but for those of you watching, I hope that gave you a chuckle.
Are you curious about our magistrate's title, Rover?
Okay.
Our magistrate's real name.
Nope, more dialogue. Okay.
Usually, the Sentinel selects a candidate during the appointment ceremony to become our magistrate. They will then take on the city's name as their surname. This signifies their wholehearted
I just like
dedication
how they all have
to the city
bow
and
ties
its
essentially in their hair.
The point, okay?
Yeah.
Different patterns or different areas. You know, our redhead friend here, she's in the front.
I remember
Us are in the back,
having a
and
flashback
Yang
recently
Yang looked like she was a little
I
off to the side.
saw the
Yeah,
statue of our
because she
Sentinel.
has her blue hat on. And then
We
can't tell this other one from this angle, but it looks like it's just in the back.
Message. It seems Chenzhou has a lot to do with your past. Whether you're the
That ain't the
visitor our
point. It's
magistrate
so
mentioned or not,
weird hearing Southern colloquialisms in a
Chenzhou, and you
Asian
are
culture game.
Yeah.
Friend, we've already entrusted our lives to each other.
Well, it's what is it? Whenever they translate Japanese, the Kyoto accent is always done like in a Texan or Southern accent in order to show that it's a quote-unquote rougher or more earthy accent, or has that connotation. At least in American media.
it would be best for your well-being
Oh,
to don't seem to be any immediate side effects following.
I'm gonna get you
I know it's not, but every time they say TDs, in my head I'm going touchdowns, and that's not correct.
Shape the shapeless.
We got a lot of TDs. It's like, what? Okay.
Okay, let me execute. Can I execute?
Union level 2, new quest. Okay.
Precipitant.
Swift and resolute.
There we go. Some combat. Some non-tutorial combat, rather.
Can you
Ah.
reenact what you did before?
Okay, yep. That's fine. We'll just practice here.
I feel nothing.
Maybe you can only absorb
Okay.
the powerful ones with your
Can't
body.
counter everything.
Or does it have to be a certain type of tacit discord? Or maybe
Oh, I knocked this guy down. Let's go, stone golemy thing.
maybe we should give your terminal a whirl.
Boom.
Yay! It worked!
Oh,
I've
cutscene after
never seen a
killing
gourd
that, so I guess I was supposed to kill it. Okay. There will not be a counterattack for every attack they make, by the way. That will not be an option. I'm like, let me work on my counterattack. And the one time I consciously make that decision, they're like, nah, no counterattack for you. You just take this hit. Okay.
I've never. Your terminal's got a different look, but the functions are pretty much the
Where are
same.
you? Okay, there we go. Oh, hey, that's neat.
I obtained an echo from my resonator panel.
I guess I was actually supposed to use it on them. I don't know, the game seems to randomly take control of the camera, and that's a little bit frustrating, trying to figure out
That's probably
exactly what
the
One
charge
with the
force
sound.
definitely hits.
Strike from the
Okay.
Let me be your blade. Tempest.
Interesting.
Do I not get that echo? I
Ding.
guess I don't get those echoes.
Okay.
Activate presence.
Use this echo to charge forward. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting.
one with the sounds.
Alright, let's go check. Let's go fight these things. Yeah. They're level 8. Sure. Levels don't mean anything. Oh god, there's 3 of them.
Lesson learned. Okay, what is this? Tidal
An
Heritage.
unexpected
Oh, there's 4 of them. I lied. There's 4 of them. Oh god. And they are not like Legend of Zelda, the guys that just honorably fight you if you Z-target them. They will. Oh god, no, there's more than 4 of them. Oh my god, how many are there?
How are you running into so many? I only fought like 1 and then 3. What did you...
There's like 6 of them.
How?
I don't know. I don't know.
one with the sounds.
Yeah, I'm in some ways regretting not being able to see this, but
Mistakes were made, okay? Mistakes were made.
Shape
Okay,
the
okay,
shapeless.
okay.
look, I just want you to know that right now you're on the big screen. That between the two of us, I'm definitely going to be showing your fights over my.
Oh, they're immune. They're immune. Oh god, they're immune to my main character. Oh god, that's not good.
Okay, what? No, stop.
Yang Yang go.
Camera. Can't be. I don't think that's my mouse. Just.
That's not cool. Defeat nearby TDs. Okay. I'm definitely working on defeating them. Alright, one more. Where'd he go? Okay. I will absorb this. I will absorb this. I will absorb this.
Oh, well, found the not sprites.
Alright.
One with the sounds.
Don't worry.
I sense your weakness.
I appreciate that ore stuff or ore equivalent stuff just breaks in 3 attacks regardless of who's attacking. Defeat nearby TDs. I just defeated 6 of them. What do you mean I have to defeat 0? I meant 0 of 2. Damn it.
You had to have run off into.
I gotta kill different ones, apparently.
You went into just. Who knows?
Alright, there we go. Tutorial echo. Data bank experience by absorbing them for the first time. Level up data bank to raise the probability of an echo drop. Okay. Echoes are an important source of resonator strength. Okay, sure. So if I come here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
So the glider does take stamina, which is good to know.
Look! Jinzhou City's just up ahead.
Oh, okay. These. So that's the echo skill is here. And then you have your cost. So like by equip. Equip, I guess. But you would only turn into the one that's in your main slot. Okay.
Rover?
Okay.
There we go.
There you are. My dearest. Seed of fate.
Oh. Yeah, I'm definitely way farther ahead of you
Alrighty,
because
why
I don't
should
know
we
how you got
relax?
lost and off track, but
I turned left instead of right.
ah,
I think
the
that
the
is quite
infamous
literally the
the
only
infamous left at
difference.
Albuquerque.
We need to return to the academy. The anomalies of the gorges of spirits, the
Boom.
resurgence
Alright.
of that tacit field, and the many wave-worn phenomena occurrences.
Data bank
I
level
should
2.
report
Okay.
them in time.
Okay.
Then
I
I'll
think
go
is
submit
this
our report and prepare the
a
documentation
resonance
for
beacon. I've
Raven's
unlocked
audience
another
with the
resonance beacon.
magistrate while I'm there.
Then I guess I'll take Rover over to the Nexus Tower for registration first. And we'll just hang out for a while.
Ooh.
Being new to
Data
Jinzhou
bank is
and all,
unlocked.
she can't be
Okay.
left standing outside the city hall with
My
nothing to
echo
do.
progress. Okay.
Hospitality is our local specialty,
Check the
you know.
collected echoes. Okay.
Then I'll leave you in Shizia's care, Rover.
Leave it to me.
I'll send the branch of Resin Medical Science a notice. We need to conduct a thorough physical examination on you to make sure you are fine. Come visit the academy after your audience if you have no other plans.
Oh, you can
Yes.
increase your max
A
stamina.
physical
Interesting.
examination would
Trophies,
be required to
tutorials.
determine if any disease is present.
I'm
If
gonna
no
click through the
medical issues are
tutorials,
found,
see if they
we'll conduct
really give
further
us anything.
monitoring and analysis to understand
They do?
what happened
Okay.
to your body. Of course, we won't do anything without your consent.
You guys done yet?
Alright.
What's the holdup?
We'll
Let's
keep
move.
moving
Then I'll
here
have more
because
time
I
to
think
show Rover
ultimately
around.
we both would like to get to
We've
the
got loads of fun
holes.
in Jinzhou. We can go watch lion
What's
dances,
this?
hero play.
Just a design thing. Okay.
Yeah, let me know once you're at the city. And I guess peek behind the curtain. We'll do a quick jump cut where once you get there, this way we can preserve the recordings that we got. And
20 minutes later. No.
yeah. Ideally, it'll just be a quick stop, start, and this way we can make sure that we don't lose anything on accident.
Alrighty. I am currently heading to Jinzhou.
All right. I will say I do see the money on the screen.
I got my lag. My connection is like jumping from 158 milliseconds up to like 200. So 400 there. Goodness. So they probably getting a lot of demand on their servers because my connection is usually really good. So that is the demand, I would imagine.
Chissa, Ally of Justice at your service.
Are you
All right, I'm walking into the city currently. Cutscene.
I'll let that play for you, and then while you're doing that, I'm just gonna. What are my options? I got a bunch of. Oh, okay.
Oh, who's question mark staring at us from the trees? Who's this girl in red? Seed of Fate highlighted in yellow must be important.
Yep. She is the Stellaron.
You mean not Stellaron? Definitely not.
Yes, she is not the Cancer of Worlds.
She is not the Stella. She's the non-Stellaron.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go eat. I'm down to go eat. Let's go to there. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like a lot of work. Oh,
Do we not? Okay, I think we only get to. Oh no, we do get to see higher levels. I think it's level 8.
all right. I'm going to be left in Chizia's care to go register at the city tower thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I was already behind you in terms of like getting to the city, and then I took a wrong turn and ran into like 6 enemies, and then I really fell behind you.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna be in the uh, God, screen and screen. God, what is
What?
that? Oh,
But what's
the
Baji saying? Baji says my body's going to arouse the interest of many researchers. Okay,
I mean,
interesting choice of words. Oh, and Yang Yang called her out on it. Okay,
yeah,
so your last sentence could have been worded better. Okay, all right, Baji, you can reorganize your words. That's fine. I'm with you. I'm with you, redhead girl. Let's go. Let's move. Chisha? Chish. Let's go.
Oh no, I've been in error. Okay, there we go. Just get rid of all of the announcement stuff. There we go.
Oh, you're going through all the announcements. Does that imply daily check-in stuff is about to happen?
No. I'm waiting for you to catch up, and while you are, I'm checking my mail and doing everything else. So uh, I'm picture in picture. Like as far as the people watching, they're just going to be seeing me click around picture in picture. You're going to be on the screen. You're
I'm
front and center.
currently getting a nice kind of like the overview of like the cities you walk in. So that was kind of cool. New resonator. Oh, Chisha. Okay, we can click check info and you can check her out. Okay.
And once you're done with that, let's do a quick pop in, pop out. All right,
Continue.
and we are back.
All right, so continuing the journey here.
Apparently,
Arrived at the city, and I'm going to talk to a relic merchant. Learn more about Sonnet's caskets. Interesting. Okay. My old habits of like running with stamina is just to like click the right one, the right mouse button, but not actually hold it because it's technically more efficient and faster to do it this way. All right, Casket Man, let's talk.
Here we are. Jinzhou's next. Exactly. Let me see. Think of it as Jinzhou's largest service station or an integration hub. It's something along those lines.
So yeah, so my initial thoughts on combat, I do like it. The idea of like the outro stuff, skills, as well as um, countering and perfect dodges is intriguing. Like I said, it's going to be an adjustment for me, but one that I'm kind of interested to learn about. I'm hoping that we get to our unlocking our poles here shortly. That'd be kind of nice.
my gut tells me that because we're playing through the like story, it's gonna be a little bit because I think it was someone online said it would be like a 40-minute skipping the story process, but I think it's adventurer level or whatever level.
So game is not reroll friendly. Is that what you're telling me?
No, but at least you get to choose your limited 5-star after you do your first pull. Like apparently the beginner banner is 40 pulls, of which it's at like 50 pulls, but you only spend 40. And then after that, it's 80, but you have a selector. So re-rolling is not encouraged, but not heavily punished unless you're one of those people that wants to try and optimize for both.
I have the arrangements in place. Rover, you can come visit the magistrate at any time. Juzia, do you mind bringing Rover over
So with
to
the
the city
release of
hall?
Wuthering Waves, I guess the next one on the horizon would be Azure Promelia. That would kind of be the next game on the horizon in terms of this similar vein. And a game that I'm hoping comes to global because I really like the style.
Mm-hmm.
Would be the Girls Frontline 2, which is like an XCOM type game. I'm intrigued to see how that functions as a gotcha. Um, and I really enjoy the XCOM style of game as well. But that's not in the news cycle for coming to global reasons. That's been in the news cycle for other reasons. Okay,
Yeah.
what do we want to do?
I would like Girls Frontline to become global as well, but I just unfortunately that studio doesn't seem to be interested in the global market. It feels.
Yeah, so I guess the only way to play it would be to get a VPN and a Billy account or something and play it.
Yeah, but
Alrighty, so we have talked to Chenpi. Now what?
at minimum, this will be good prep for ZZZ. Which, in my heart of hearts, I think that's the one that it's more closely gonna play like combat wise, play like.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, this is not Genshin combat, which isn't a bad thing, but
Yeah, it does feel similar to PGR, but I mean it's Kuro game, so yeah, probably makes sense.
well,
Though I appreciate that with PGR, or I appreciate with this as opposed to PGR, because PGR you had the match 3 game going on at the bottom of your screen, which was just another thing to have to pay attention to in all of the combat chaos.
that and this one actually was made for mouse and keyboard. PGR was insanity to try and play on mouse and keyboard because it was played as if you were supposed to play it as if you were typing on home row, which made
Oh,
no sense because like J, K, L, and semicolon all were abilities and so forth. And I just remember
oh.
going like, "This is insane."
Was there a way to edit that?
Kinda, but it didn't work well. Like I'm gonna be honest, I spent an hour messing around with it, trying to get it to work or in a playable state, and it just
What do you
wasn't.
think, Rover? Are you in a hurry to recover your memories?
Alrighty.
But not that again, I don't think that was necessarily a bad game. It was just the port was insane. I'm really left asking like.
She may have the
I don't think
answers
they've
you're
talked to
looking
anyone
for.
who actually played computer
I'm
games
not
when they
allowed to
did
go
that.
with you.
I don't know what they were thinking.
Shizia and I will be right outside the city hall.
So we take the elevator to
We'll be
reach
waiting
the
for you.
city.
That's right. We're not going anywhere. Just give us a shout if anything goes down. Wait, no, we won't be able to hear ya. Plus, they've got this rule about not yelling inside the city
All right,
hall.
Yang Yang, I am on the way to meet you at City Hall. I think. I think this is the way. Yes. Okay. Okay. Another resonance tower over here. Gotta hit that.
I mean, you're gonna have to come back to it eventually, so might as well grab it now.
Right. Boom.
Please, follow me.
I will say, I think I end up fighting the camera a little bit sometimes because they want to do like they want to frame the camera in certain shots,
Hmm.
and like I want to have control over it,
Kindly have
so
a
it ends
seat.
up just feeling bad. I'd almost rather that they turn it into a full cutscene or something rather than
Lady
just take
Senwa
over it.
will be with you shortly.
Um, I haven't really experienced that to that level. I also haven't tried to lock the camera either. I like having kind of a free move camera around when I'm in combat, but that may change as more chaotic things happen.
I mean, it could just be an issue with my setup, but it feels like it happens, especially when like when you're entering the city or certain points, they're trying to get like a certain framing, and trying to take control of the camera to make sure that you're looking at what they want you to look at instead of just letting me potentially not look at it and just miss it, which is fine. Like, stop trying to to wrench the camera from me. Uh, it's not in combat. It's like in traversal in the open world. Just to clarify.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I apologize for the delay. My name is Sanhua, the bodyguard of Madam Magistrate. I regret to inform you that Madam Magistrate is currently away. Prior to her departure, she instructed me to bring you these tokens and a welcome gift. Madam Magistrate advised you to explore what these tokens represent during her absence. This may help you acquire the information you desire sooner. I apologize for the inconvenience, but please rest assured she will be here to meet you in 3 days' time. Since Madam Magistrate is currently away, I cannot make the final confirmation on her behalf. But you are truly exceptional. Regarding that,
Man, the old lost my memories. Let's get them back. Trope.
my eyes can see the frequencies of all living beings.
I swear, if we end up having some type of relationship to try and find our twin, it's
You,
Yeah, time to
you
throw up our
share
hands and
the
leave.
same frequency with Madam Magistrate.
well. I'm gonna at least pull first and see what happens if I get really lucky.
You look
Also,
undistorted
I
and
think that's
authentic.
some
in
odd
your
clipping
original
on that
form.
earring.
In my eyes, you appear the way
All right,
you are.
entering City Hall. Alrighty.
They all look different.
Okay. Well,
Majestic tree. Okay.
May I have your terminal for a moment? Yes, it's the gourd on your waist. The device every
Okay,
resident
receptionist.
carries.
I will follow you.
Madam
Where are
Magistrate
we
thought
going?
you might need it.
well, there's only one place to go, so.
And she walks slower than me.
Well,
The utility
When are
module
game
terminal
developers
has
going to
been
be like,
upgraded to the
we're going to have you
latest
follow this NPC, but their walking
Now,
speed
all the
is
utilities,
slower than
including
your
sensor,
walking speed.
levitator,
Like,
and
have them walk
grapple,
at our
should be
pace,
fully
at
Well,
the
functional.
very
because-
You are
least.
now granted
because you're
unlimited
not.
Please.
access
It's
to
supposed
all
to be for
regions in
immersion,
Jinzhou.
because people don't run
I
everywhere
have
they
sent
go; they
your
walk.
terminal ID to every border pass
So it'd
Just
be
you
immersion
have us
breaking if they
walk
run to where
again.
you're
Just
going.
have their walk speed be the same as our walk speed.
or activate a beacon
That's all.
at
That's
your
all I'm asking.
terminal for
You can still be
upgrade.
immersed and
Feel free to
walk at the
visit
same
any
pace.
part of Jinzhou.
Wow.
Yes, including
Ooh.
the city hall.
This that
You have
this
full
character doesn't look
access
like
to
an
its
NPC
facilities.
body. This looks like an NPC
Also, may I
model.
ask, have you decided your place
Or I mean, a
of residence in
non-NPC model.
Jinzhou?
Yep. Okay, more black.
If not,
Question is
But
it
it's
four
not-
star or
Magistrate has
5-star?
arranged accommodation
It's not
for
her
you
hair
and
that's
your
black.
advance here in the city hall.
And she's got two colored eyes, which is kind of a cool aesthetic.
Understood.
I forget what the condition for that is called.
Anytime.
Heterochromia.
You know heterochromio, but you don't know what a pap smear is. Or you confuse it with a mammogram, I should say.
Oh, look, I knew it was a medical procedure
You
for
got
women.
you knew that so quickly.
Look, one of those I know because Japan. The other one I don't know because, again, ladies
Not
unavailable.
woman. Alright, Sanhua. magistrate. So you're not even the magistrate that we're meeting. Okay. All right.
Rover!
I swear. If you're gonna make me wait for 3 days
It took
in
so
game,
long. What gives?
and you have a
Was
time
the
mechanic,
magistrate a
that
chatterbox?
drives me nuts when Genshin does that. By the way, like
Well,
I
but
talked to this person in 2 days between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. It's like,
So
at
Madam
least they give
don't
you a
make,
Magistrate's
clock to
wanting
let
don't
to
you
make me
like
do
see
that.
mess with that instead of like
Sure, I'd
force you
rather
to
you
do
just
it.
like,
I think of
please.
Fantasika with their real life. Like you have these
Sure
4-hour
is.
windows to do something.
Jizya. The increasing tacit fields, uncannily powerful
I mean,
tacit discords.
if you really want to make it, just have it be like,
Our magistrate's absence.
I don't know,
Plus, the
go do like a like
mysterious rover.
doing one
I'm
like
afraid.
request or one
Mhm.
bounty or one side quest step should advance these wait for quests, you know, like wait for X amount of time.
And she'll
If I
be
go do
best
one
to
other
wait for
thing
you.
and I come
You
back,
can look into
let me
it
do it.
and represent while she's away. Do you
I
have
mean,
any
it depends
plans,
on like the
Rover?
story context. If they're like, hey, 3 days,
Yes,
you have to go
there's
around and
more.
like do
Yes,
stuff.
there's more nuance than that.
Yeah,
Yes, if you want to do
yeah.
that, but
It
if I
shouldn't
if
just.
I'm painting with a broad stroke,
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
Ooh,
I don't know.
reminds me of the tokens of love in those stories.
oh, Senwa
It
doesn't
sounds
want
like
to
you're
continue
off to
this
a
topic.
secret
Oh,
date or
okay,
something.
fine.
What is
We
our
won't.
next soulmate? Hmm.
So, Madam Magistrate left some hidden clues in her
Oh,
token.
are we exchanging contacts now?
Clues that only the right person would be able to decipher. But Rover has lost all memories
Sorry.
and would likely forget any kind
Rover
of
is also
connection
just a
they
bad name
agreed
for
on.
the character.
It doesn't quite make
Well, look,
sense.
Traveler was taken.
Or maybe
Yeah,
Trailblazer was
she's
taken.
trying to
Adventurer,
influence
Adventurer is
someone
probably
else.
taken.
Rover,
but Rover just
would you
makes me think
mind
of a
if we have a
dog
look
at
at the
this point.
tokens?
Like,
I think now that you said it, I won't be able to
yeah,
unsee it.
because
You
remember
know?
that it just hit me with the last line. They mentioned
So,
the Rover, and I'm
what's so
sitting there going
special
like,
about them?
because the problem is that it came with no it doesn't have a pronoun or anything associated with it. It's just they just dropped Rover into it, and it's just I'm sitting there going like a Labrador Retriever. uh,
All right, full access to all
This is
facilities.
a mangosteen fruit. Mangosteens are not
Oh, a place
native
of
to
residence.
Zhengzhou. They are usually imported by boat. I think we can find more mangosteens being sold at the nearby markets.
Home sweet
They're
home.
not always available for purchase, though. The frequent tacit discord
Hey, friends, wait
outbreaks
outside.
can disrupt transportation and cause shortages. The Midnight
Awesome.
Rangers
I
have
got your
greatly
digits. You
improved
gave
the
me a
situation
home.
in recent years,
Awesome.
but still.
All right, leave City
So
Hall.
Jizya and I share similar childhood memories
And
with Sugar Pearl.
while
Take a
the
lover
right
into
clicking
it.
does run you faster, it does drain your stamina, whereas it looks like if you just press and hold right click, it's the initial burst of used stamina, but then it fills right back up.
yeah. So if you click and hold, it actually will. Yeah, it's if you click because it's only the dodge that takes stamina. It's not the actual run.
Yeah.
There's still some distance to the
So the
Academy.
Genshin method of running is technically faster, but drains stamina, whereas just constantly running does not actually drain stamina.
Yeah,
Just look for the one that's called
it's probably more
utilities
efficient to
on the
use
terminal.
Honkai rules. Okay, utilities.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm
So I
getting.
appreciate that running doesn't take stamina. That's good.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
See? Just open the
This
See?
is gonna get annoying. Why not just? We're back in Sumeru.
See? Just open the utilities, select the grapple, and there you go. If you want to be a
And
hero
is there
like
fall
the Jinjo
damage?
Speedster, you gotta
It's not
master the
immune. It's not
I
grapple.
say I don't believe so, so that's nice.
Do I? Ooh.
Before that, what should we get for dinner?
For me.
Never mind if the town is in danger. What are we eating?
When did he disappear?
Look, that's somebody
Don't
else's
worry,
job. That's
it's
not
all right.
ours.
I'll be right there. Duty calls. Oops, almost forgot.
Yeah, every time they bring it up, every time they just drop it as a name, it's gonna cause me to crack up now.
I'll join you right after I'm done, alright? If you need me,
Damn it,
just
Steve!
shout.
I just got hit with a. Do you have any plans, Rover?
Yeah,
Will
see?
be there in a sec.
There's a
Quick,
3-day
remember to
vacation in
send
my
me a
books.
terminal message as you shout. Then I'll be there in a jiffy. Anyway, I gotta go. You guys okay on your own? Give me a heads up when there's any updates.
Sure, go do your thing. Don't worry, I'm staying with
Oh, that's gonna cause me
Rover,
problems.
Let's go inside.
Okay, whatever.
Maybe she's looking for a soulmate. I think I'm just gonna take the funniest lines moving forward and just see how it reacts. See if the comedy is on par with what Star Rail has become, which I can appreciate. And
I
Genshin's showing like glimmers of it, but they have not fully embraced it. I feel like Star Rail has.
Mortifi from the Department of Safety.
yeah, I've been trying, but
mentioned him before. He
I'm
might
not
be able
getting
to
the
help us get
same
in
like
touch
they,
with
they don't lean
Brohoyo,
into it
but,
quite as much.
Yeah.
It seemed
Um,
to have caught him at a bad time.
He's standing right in front of us, Yang Yang.
Let's try asking him, shall we?
Like,
What? You need something?
Alright, I'm showing Yang Yang and Shisha my
Mr.
tokens.
Mortifi, please pardon our intrusion. We are friends of Baiju.
So you can gauge where you are in accordance with that.
yeah, I'm
I hope I didn't
5
cause any
minutes in the
offense
future
or
from you.
anything.
Not at all. It was us who bothered you.
We've run into our first male
Baja
character. It's
should be
very
in the
exciting.
data analysis
Oh.
room. I'll go tell
Alright,
her you're
let's
here.
go ask around. Let's
Thank you,
go ask
sir.
around. Alright. Union level 4. Let's talk to this kid.
This is Mortifi, a renowned
Have you seen this candy before?
Department of Safety. He was born in the new Federation, and he joined the Washu Academy a few years ago.
Oh, she gave me something.
Here
Alright.
you are. The data we collected in the Gorges of
Maybe I
Spirits
screwed up.
has been
Maybe I should
submitted
have
for
been
analysis, and we'll have the results today.
More willing to ask
I
around
have
about
the
stuff and just saying
equipment for
instead of
physical
just saying screw it, I'm
examinations
moving
ready
on.
too. Any discoveries during your trip to the city hall?
I got candy from the kid. Usually it's the kid that gets the candy. Nope. Reach a suitable place to use the grapple. Ooh, there's a grapple hook?
Like I said, we're back in Sumeru.
I have a hypothesis about the sugar pearl.
Alright.
But I
Give
need
me
to
my
verify
tutorial
it
how to
first.
use my grapple.
If possible, I recommend conducting non-destructive tests of all these tokens you have.
Baji, that's wrong. Data is not always
Data is
straightforward.
always straightforward.
Okay. Oh, it's literally. Oh, good. It's the
The
same
first three
button.
tokens
Good.
can be
Okay.
tested at my branch's laboratory.
And there's no
Muscle
swing
memory.
mechanic. You're not
This
Spider-Maning
miniature
it.
sundial will
Muscle
require
memory. I don't
physical
have to worry about
testing.
learning a new mechanic. Just
To
hit
access
T
the
and look
necessary
at it.
equipment, we'll need to file a request with one of the Tacitite Studies related branches.
And there's my. Okay, I like that.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Mortifi
Another
is the
resonance
branch of
tower.
Tacitite Weaponry's head within the Department
And
of Safety. One
Good.
moment, please.
Give me the items to be tested. Anything else you need me to know, you can let me know now. You may retrieve your items in 20 minutes. And the analysis report
I called her the name her uncle called her. And she's like, no, stop, stop.
and you'll find
It's
me
adorable.
in the testing room. I don't see anything special.
Okay,
about
Rover,
these
let's
items.
go inside.
Speaking of the sugar pearl, you all remember eating sugar pearls like this when you were kids? No, I'm from the new Federation. You mean the sugar pearl might be unique to Huanglong?
Oh, I think I see a non-NPC male body. More
Oh,
Teffy?
yeah.
More Teffy.
Yep.
Sugar pearls like this were distributed at hospitals.
First husbando
The sugar
unlocked.
pearl
Oh
might
god,
be a
I'm tripping
type
over
of
myself there.
medicine. Its sweet
Mortifi.
taste will
Mortifi,
prove more
not Mortefi.
palatable to
Mortifi.
Shinra.
Miss Baija, as a Huanglong local
Mortify?
working at the academy, I suppose you already had an idea about what it is?
I do have my theory as to what it is.
I was calling more Teffy. I was putting emphasis on the middle syllable there.
Emphasis
on the wrong
syllable.
Right. So, reference to what, an old, I think Michael Myers movie, maybe?
I don't know. I remember it from one of my mom's college friends was in language. Was taking like language courses, and that was something she used to say a lot, and so that's how it infiltrated our family. She might have picked it up from a movie though.
Sure you can.
Oh no, if they're referencing it, that movie isn't
Examination. I'll see
that
you
old compared to our parents' age would be. All right, Baiji. Oh, she does have a little bow on her back. Okay, now that or the back of her hair. So my understanding, as we approach closer and closer to hopefully our polls, my understanding is there are two healers
Now let's
in
begin.
the roster at launch. So this is going to be similar to our
Can you try
Star
taking
Rail
physical
predicament
analysis
where we
remorseful
had
without using
Bailu and Natasha, and I think we'll have a similar situation with we have the 5-star healer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I don't know names of characters by memory yet, but there's a 5-star one and then the 4-star version. And the 4-star version is free and is ultimately, I think, going to get the Natasha treatment in terms of really important, solid to have right now, but will be outscaled as soon as more healers get into the roster.
Well, from what I've heard, and again, this is all from the second closed beta test. The one healer that is the 5-star is apparently like busted, like super
Yeah,
crazy
that's what I have
strong.
heard as well.
I haven't checked back in, and obviously since we just hit live, I haven't heard one way or the other. Assuming that we don't hit the pools tonight, which we're getting closer and closer to that becoming a thing that's maybe not going to happen, which is unfortunate. What we might do is set some time aside and do those off, separately and re-upload them later.
Simulated training ground.
I don't know.
Don't worry. Yang Yang and I will assist you. Please fight the simulated tacit discords like you normally
Like I said, in terms of the game, what we've experienced so far, they're doing a good job world building. Obviously, they're telling the story, setting the scene, setting the narrative, right? And what little combat we've had has I feel has been fluid. Even with the tutorial pauses to like show you, hey, press these buttons to do these things, or there are these mechanics. So I take that out of my evaluation because it doesn't happen in a real fight. But it's been very fluid. The world exploring, the ability to wall climb, and not like very slowly crawl up a wall and worry about your stamina disappearing. Appreciate that. And but other mechanics have been very similar. So which is good because Genshin does a lot of things really well. So it's not like things necessarily need to be improved upon, and you can't really criticize a game for not being intuitive in certain aspects because there's only so many ways that you can do a glider. There's only so many ways that you can do a grapple mechanic, right? So just the fact that you have it, that's fine. It doesn't need to be anything brand new, reinvent the wheel type thing.
True. I do think that, at least from what I've experienced so far, the real strength of the game is the combat. I don't know if it has... We'll see what other legs it has to stand on. The story isn't blowing me away. I mean, admittedly, I'm only half paying attention to it, if I'm being brutally honest. But, I do feel like it's kind of fairly standard for...
I hope this Baiji character is that free healer that we get, because I highly doubt I'm going to get the 5-star healer. Like, my luck, I don't tend to get lucky like that. So I hope it's her, because I do kind of like her character model and the fact that we would need a healer, even if it's just a basic one.
True. Although, speaking of luck, I guess I'm going to talk about really quickly the Brohoyo or the Brohoyo Star Rail pools. So yeah, we were going for Topaz on the account. I am happy to announce that we now have an E1 Clara, because I failed the 50-50 to get Topaz, so we are continuing to try and desperately...
So we're donkey rolling for Topaz, but we have an E1 Clara, which is at least, she's going to be in the follow-up team, so that works.
So if we don't get her, what I'm thinking is either going for Firefly.
Ooh, I just turned into a wolf in this combat. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, you can use your grapple in combat. That's nice.
Oh, I didn't even check that. I assumed that we couldn't.
You can. It does have a small cooldown, but you can. So that was cool. Oh,
Send Yang
nice.
Yang on over.
Oh,
Rover!
less nice.
Rover! Thank
Yo.
goodness.
Okay, that was pretty cool. I like this. I like Baiji. It's basically a trial with Baiji.
Mhm.
Cut off.
And
She
her
looks really
summon.
cool. She did something cool,
Yeah.
Do you still
and I
remember
liked it.
what you saw?
I like the idea of being able to use the grapple in combat, and not have to like have something to grab onto. That is really cool.
Can you give us some more details? A giant tacit discord with a scythe. It doesn't sound like the crownless. Might be even higher ranked. This is the first time we've run into anything like this since we put the training ground into use. The sonorosphere captures everything that
She
needs
gives me
to happen to
if you
this
use the
specific
grapple with
dominant
Baiji,
force.
she gives me
Glad. We built this simulated training ground after the structure of
cloud
solar
retainer
systems.
vibes, and like she kind of floats in the air and
Our goal
attacks.
was to
Yeah.
extract pure remnant
Well,
energy with the
her
simulated
bell
sonorosphere.
thing, or she also gets
But
like
we cannot guarantee that all
a turtle. I think
abnormal
was her
frequencies were
echo,
eliminated.
so like she
Your
gets a shield
arrival
or
may have
something
revived the abnormal
with it. I don't know.
frequencies
It's
we
a little bit. I'm trying to
accidentally captured.
parse stuff out as I play
Remnant
through.
energy
So
sometimes gives rise to memory
And
manifestations
she
of
attacks
sentient
like her
beings.
little serpent thing is the thing that's actually attacking. That's really cool. And she looks like she is healing me when she attacks. So I think she's the free healer, which does make me happy.
Such anomalies could have been hiding in the simulation, and
Oh.
they resonated with your
Oh, plot
subconscious.
twist.
Or perhaps
Plot twist.
they
I
were
couldn't leave the
echoes of your
simulation.
subconscious in the
And
Oh.
now
first
it's just me in the
place.
party.
I can't give you a conclusion yet. Not until we've run a thorough analysis on the data.
And things are all glitched
I'll
out.
also check the simulated sonorosphere again to see what on
Uh-oh.
earth happened to it.
Because you're 5 minutes in the future of me, so you've done this presumably, correct?
Presumably, yes. I believe I know exactly where you're at. You've caught up quite a bit with me.
But if you feel
Okay.
anything unusual, please come
Wait, does this
find
mean
me
I'm
in
learning in
Brohoyo.
combat? Okay. Does this mean I did a better combat than simulation?
Oh! I think I might have just hit. Okay, we hit it. I'm pausing here until you finish.
Okay. I'm getting a cutscene with a very creepy thing. That's unfortunately as descriptive as I can be.
Yeah. Which
Oh,
scythe puppet?
it does look cool though. God, that was really okay. Oh, I'm back in reality with Yang Yang yelling at me. Yeah, freaky masked thing with a giant scythe. It looked like.
Yeah.
Feels like that would be the. I'm kind of looking forward to some of these like fights and encounters, especially because the combat is supposed to be such a big draw.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's just Archer.
Just as long as we steer away from like some of the world bosses in Genshin that are like flying bosses that you can't actually hit except for very small windows, like unless you have a bow type character.
I don't think that's going to be as much of an issue because you just have so much verticality in the combat. Like there's so much like air time
Yes,
that you get.
especially now seeing that you can use your grapple.
Yeah.
And there's you don't have to have a specific grapple point to grapple onto. You can just use it, pull yourself up in the air, and then do a Zhao type slam down um, to initiate some combos, which is pretty cool. And then who knows? Maybe there's a character whose kit specifically, helps kind of revolve around using those grapple type attacks. A lot of possibilities to see here.
True.
All right, Baiji. I'm happy that you are the healer. Because I guess of the character models that we've been introduced to thus far, I really like Baiji, Yang Yang, Rover, and then Shisha. Probably
Yeah.
if I'm having to rank the four.
Um.
We've only seen Matefi in a lab coat, so I can't really speak to what his actual character design looks like, unless maybe that is it.
Yeah, I think
But
that
I
might be
doubt
it.
it.
But I don't know. Not that any of the first four that we've met are bad. I just none of them are. I think part of it is that the palette's very black and white.
Okay, I have convene unlocked.
Okay, so once you get to that screen, we're gonna pause real quick. Then we're gonna reload. We're gonna stop. We're gonna load up Discord. This way we can actually see each other pull, and we'll do that. And I think that's how we'll end the episode, if that's okay with you.
All right.
All right. So we are at the option to pull. I'm going to start. Um. So can you see my screen, David?
I sure can.
Okay. So we're gonna do two. I only have 21 pulls, so 8 times 2 is 16. I'm not. I don't think. What's 160 times 3?
160 times 3 is 480.
Okay, I think I actually might be able to do 3 pulls, but we will see. So here's going to be the first one.
All right, here we go. Let's let that full animation play out. Let's see what we got going on. Oh,
Uh?
are you
Okay.
off the rip? Are you off the
1,
rip hitting a 5-star?
2, 3, 4.
Okay, this is gonna be one of those. Okay, so we get weapons and characters on the same banner.
So
You got a 5-star on your first 10 pull.
I mean, I can't call this a loss, but I'm not happy about it. Like, this is not the character I was hoping for from the banner. I'm not complaining.
But the banner doesn't go away though, right? So you could theoretically get another one, or is that the only one you're gonna get?
I don't know. This is going to require research real quick. Oh, yeah, so it ends, and I get to just choose what my target is. Oh, this was not
Well,
what I was hoping.
Wow. Okay.
I was kind of hoping I'd get either Encore or Jianjin, and then I could go for Verena on this one, or Verena, and then be able to choose whatever. I think I have to go for her because she's the
Yeah,
meta choice.
I think Verena is the ultimate win if we can get her on polls. She's the ultimate win. I think Calcharo would be a strong number 2. Him or Encore, I think, are number 2, and then Jingjin and Ling Yang would be kind of 3 and 4, or 4 and 5, depending on how you're counting ties. That's in my from what I've been seeing on the data.
And okay, that's a little bit odd because now we're at full price as well, which is a little bit like I can't complain because I technically saved. God, what?
I mean, you saved 40 pulls, so 4 times 8.
Yeah,
right?
well, I saved 32 pulls because it would have been 40 pulls at 8 times 5. So it would have been 8 times 4.
The point is, you're starting to build pity on a real banner, and I will probably not.
So I guess at this point, I'm going to take the shot. Okay, so that's what it normally looks like.
Okay, so that beam of light will tell us what we got there.
Yeah.
But let's see what 4-star. You maybe get a multi 4-star banner pull here. Maybe get a 4-star character instead of a 4-star weapon, hopefully, so we can help build the roster, especially this early in the game's launch. I want to tend towards more characters as opposed to more weapons.
Yeah. Especially with like our free 5-star selector, like weapon selector. Okay, so I got a weapon.
What weapon it is.
Okay, that's fine. At least I
that looks like maybe a weapon for main character, which, I mean, you'll probably be playing Rover for a bit, because Rover's a decent starter from my understanding.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's a thing.
Welcome to Wuthering Waves. First 10 pull, boom, hitting off with a 5-star for Steve. So I'm going to jump over here for me and make sure I'm sharing my screen with you, Steve. And so, like Steve, we literally just got to the unlocking what they're called convenes in Wuthering Waves. So this is where we are, and here we go. I'll let that full animation play out. That is not a SSR to start my career in Wuthering Waves, but maybe we get some 4-star characters. Like I said, I want to build the roster. I'm okay with duplicate characters too, and their whatever their equivalent of etalons or constellations are going to be. But let's see. I've lost track of where I'm at.
That's fine. You'll
But
hit 10 at the end
hey,
regardless.
a
Oh,
character.
hey,
Hey, what's
Mortifi.
up, E? Oh, that is him with the lab coat. I was speculating earlier what his character model's like. Okay. Okay, I kind of like it with the glasses, like the anime glasses. I wonder if one of his animations is pushing those up. Okay, I'm here for it. I like it. All right, and I will jump into my second pull since I did not get a 5-star, and pull numero dos. Show me gold. Okay, fine.
Look, I've been burning all my luck on trying to get Topaz, and that's just been failing me. So I guess I get some here.
Look, in all my gotchas this week, I haven't been doing well in any polls that I'm getting, so this isn't a huge surprise for me. Still disappointing, but not a huge surprise. Oh, hello.
Oh, Tauki.
Okay. Yeah, Tauki. Take a look here. Weapon, Broadway, gender, female. Yeah, I got that from the intro screen. Havoc damage dealer. Okay. So yeah, we'll just have to do some I'll do some research here, figure out these characters, what they do, how we can synergize. Because yeah, you got the 5-star, but no other characters, and I got 2 4-stars. So it's a decent start. So that's gonna, I think, wrap it up for right now. We'll probably continue playing maybe a little bit more and see how much pull currency we can get quickly, and go from there and give you our full insights and breakdowns, for next week. But until then, everyone, keep gaming.
The only